Okay, this is my mom, Donna, and this is my best friend, Gavin, and I'm my audience for today. The great philosopher and writer Albert Camus once wrote that there is no passion without struggle, which is to say that anything worth having is worth fighting for. Sadly, in our culture of today, that which is most worth having we do not fight for, and thus we are a very sick and dying society. But there is hope, and there are steps we can take. But in order to do so, we must know three very important things. Number one, what's the problem with our culture? Number two, what's the solution? And number three, what must each and every one of us do to help reach that solution? So first of all, the main problem with our culture is that morality and meaning have no definition anymore. There's no objective hierarchy of values that which we can all orientate our lives around. And while most would point to this being a byproduct of us being a very tolerant and diverse nation, that's not really the case, at least not according to a recent 2018 Gallup poll, which showed that 9 out of 10 Americans believe that we are an immoral nation, and almost 10 out of 10 believe it's getting worse. So it's not that we can't agree on what's moral, it's that we don't act morally. So we need to fix this. So what's the solution? Well, this leads directly to my second point, and is that we need to rebuild our institutions. So there are 4 pillars of moral authority in a society. There's religion, there's the government or the law, there's education, and then there's society as a whole. And as we've already seen, we as Americans don't really trust our fellow man to show us how to act morally, so that's one of the pillars down. But the other 3 are in even worse shape. According to another 2018 Gallup poll, it showed that less than 4 out of 10 Americans trust in organized religion. About half that trust in our education system, and less than 1 out of 10 trust the government. So without any institution to morally guide us, it's hard to become a meaningful and moral society. So how do we reach that? How do you and I, regular citizens, not a part of these institutions, reach that goal? Well, this is my third and final point, and it's very simple. If we want to become a meaningful and moral society, we must pretend as if it were true. You want to be more courageous? Take a stand. You want to be more empathetic? Then help someone. You want to be more honest? Tell the truth. You see, virtuous traits are just virtuous actions done repeatedly to form a pattern that weaves within our soul and becomes who we are. And not only will that make us as the person doing them more moral and meaningful, it will make their community, their culture, their society, and holistically the nation. For if we do not, we are heading down a very dark path, one which is grimly depicted in this graph before you. This shows, according to the CDC, the last 10 years of suicide statistics in the United States by age. In each age group, minus 75 and over, there is a marked and exponential increase in suicides. None more worrisome than in the 3 times increase in our children ages 10 to 14. The saddest part is that we're treating it, the cause of these children killing themselves, as depression, which it is, but we're treating it as if it's clinical depression and not existential, because it is existential depression. This sense of not being loved, not being connected, that everything you do doesn't matter, that life is meaningless when the opposite is true. We need to build these children up, not tear them down, and that is our responsibility to do so. So in conclusion, we've talked about what the problem with our culture is, we've talked about what the solution is, and we've also talked about what each and every one of us must do to fix it. So I would just like to end off with this. History remembers us by the actions we take and the beliefs we hold. What do you want to be remembered for doing? What do you want to be remembered for believing in? Thank you very much.